Alright, what's going on guys? It's Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Painfully Honest Advice. So hey, this is one of my favorite topics. We are going to go ahead and talk about the 4 future credit cards that basically will not check your credit. Now here's the thing, with all 4 of these cards, they do not check your credit to go ahead and get approved for this credit card, as well as they report to all 3 of the credit agencies, so they do help you build credit. Now, in regards to these cards are gonna require no credit check at all. So basically, if you have no credit, you have bad credit, you have missed payments, delinquent credit, bankruptcies, it doesn't matter what's on your credit, because guess what? All 4 of these cards are not gonna go ahead and check your credit. Now guys, these are gonna be futuristic cards. Basically, some of these cards are not even out yet, but they're changing the industry and they're changing the game. A lot of YouTubers are talking about some of these cards as well, but these are gonna be the 4 cards that are the latest cards that are currently starting this new trend on how to go about establishing credit without checking your credit score. So if you are new to the credit game, as far as credit score goes, why credit is so important is because if you ever want to go ahead and take out a mortgage, you want to purchase a car, you want to go ahead and start a business, get a loan, credit is one of those things that's just required, and having a good credit score does help for those things. So now let's go ahead and jump right into it. But if you are new to this channel, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. And if you like content like this, make sure to smash that like button. But in regards to the first card, this card has been trending lately, and this card a lot of YouTubers are currently talking about, and it's kind of one of those newer models when it comes down to a credit card. It's going to be the X1 credit card. Now I'm gonna go ahead and jump on and be fully transparent with you guys and go ahead and show you guys some of the benefits in regards to this card. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on their website here. Now with the X1 card, this is a new innovative card. I really like the slick look on this card. It kind of reminds me of the Apple card, but this is all metal as opposed to, the all white on the Apple card. But this card is actually one of the heaviest cards out there. And this card is actually not out yet. This is a card that you can go ahead and join the wait list for. So just to join the wait list, all you gotta do is just click on the button here and you can actually go ahead and get on the wait list. Now guys, in regards to this card, I like a lot of the benefits that this card actually comes with. If we go ahead and look at this card is a pure stainless steel card. So the slick look on this card looks pretty nice. As far as you can earn up to 4 times the points on this card on every purchase that you go ahead and make. This card does come with a flexible spending limit, so you can get a higher credit limit, as well as it's got no annual fees, which to me should be an industry standard at this point. Now, additionally, in regards to this card, some of the additional benefits that this card is actually coming out with is that you can go ahead and actually cancel your subscriptions automatically with 1 click from this card or from their app, which is kind of nice. It seems like that's kind of where the industry is going as far as credit cards go. So if you have any kind of subscriptions, you can go ahead and just cancel them by 1 click, as well as you can actually create virtual cards. So if you want to go ahead and give somebody a card that will only last for 1 day, you can actually go ahead and create virtual cards, which is another industry innovation that this card is coming out with. But if we go ahead and look at some of the additional things in regards to this card, the slick look on this card just looks extremely nice. They're definitely pushing that in regards to this card. Now, in regards to the point system with this card, you do get 2 times the points when you go ahead and spend any money on this card, and that's basically the standard here. When you go ahead and spend over $15,000 in regards to this card in 1 year, you can go ahead and earn 3 times the points. And a lot of cards are starting to go ahead and do this, where you can actually earn 4 times the points if you go ahead and invite friends. Now this is a nice little perk that cards are offering, but you can actually only unlock this for 30 days. So basically, this is kind of one of their, ways to go ahead and attract more people to this card, is because you would have to go ahead and unlock this every 30 days to go ahead and get 4 times the reward points. Now to go ahead and get approved for this card, like I said, they don't check your credit, as well as they report to all 3 credit agencies. The best way to go ahead and get approved is to go ahead and join their wait list. What they're going to ask for is your annual income. And they do say that they could ask for this, is they could ask for proof of how much you're making. Now, additionally, if we go ahead and go back on their website, you can actually hear the card, and you can actually hear the metal on this card. So if I just replay that real quick. Hopefully you guys heard that, but that's pretty slick because you can actually feel the metal and the thickness of the metal, and that sounds pretty neat. But guys, this is basically going to be the X1 card. But now let's go ahead and jump into the second card, which is actually going to be the Chime credit card. Now here's the thing, Chime is another new platform, and basically they're trying to go ahead and reinvent the credit card game as well. But they're taking a whole different spin in regards to this card. This card does report to all 3 credit bureaus, as well as they actually do not go ahead and check your credit for approval. The nice thing with this card is this is a great card to go ahead and build credit. But the way this card works is a little bit different. Basically with Chime, you do have to go ahead and open up a spend account with them or a deposit account where you go ahead and put money into that account. And to go ahead and use the card, there's actually no annual fees with the card, as well as there's 0% APR. So they're not even charging you an interest rate. So how in the heck is this company even making money? But here's the thing, the way they actually do this is that once you go ahead and open up a spend account, and when you want to go ahead and use the card, you actually have to transfer the money over from the spend account, and you can do this right from their app, but you have to go ahead and transfer the money from their spend account to the credit card, and you're basically using your own money to go ahead and buy things. But unlike a debit card, because this is a credit card, they're giving you a limit that's going to go ahead and match the deposit that you go ahead and put on this card. So this card does report to all 3 credit bureaus. Now I want to go ahead and hopefully I didn't confuse you guys there, but I want to go ahead and jump on their website as well so I can share with you guys some of the other features in terms of this card. So if we go ahead and look at their website, as far as this card, this is basically a new way to go ahead and build credit. This card doesn't offer any fees, as well as they offer 0% APR. Now I would highly recommend, if you do want to go ahead and check this card out, this is a future card as well that's not out yet, so you do have to get on the waiting list for this card as well. Now additionally, because this card does not check your credit, they basically go off of how much you deposit, and it is similar to like a secured card because they do require you to go ahead and deposit money in your account, but they're not classifying this as a security deposit, so they are saying there's no minimum security deposit that's required, because it's really up to you how much you want to go ahead and deposit in your spend account with Chime. Now additionally guys, like I said, you can go ahead and join the wait list, but with this card there is no fees, and it does kind of go ahead and break it down here on their website as far as how it works. You go ahead and add the money on the card, and then you go ahead and transfer the money from the spend account to the actual credit card, and that's why they really can't charge you an interest rate, because you're basically using your own money at the end of the day, but it is going ahead and building your credit. So that's in general in regards to this card guys. Like I said, you can go ahead and join the wait list from their website, but to me in regards to this card, really this card is one of those cards that's just good for building credit. Now, in regards to this card, what I would go ahead and do is if I needed to go ahead and build credit, I would get this card temporarily to go ahead and build credit, use it for 6 months to a year. Because you're not getting charged any kind of interest rate, and the benefit is it's just building your credit, then ultimately you can go ahead and get unsecured credit cards and actually get a credit card and go ahead and build your credit history. So this is going to be the second card on the list. But now let's go ahead and jump into the third card, which is going to be the card of tomorrow, and that's going to be the Tomo card. Now, if you're not familiar with the Tomo card, this is another future card that's actually not out yet, but you can actually go ahead and get pre-approved for this card and actually find out what limit you would get. But once you go ahead and get it pre-approved, you actually get on their waiting list, and you do have to go ahead and wait to go ahead and get this card. But here's the thing guys, with this card is another card that does not require any credit history. Basically, they go ahead and confirm the income that you're telling them, as well as they want to know your bank balances, but they actually don't require any proof. So in regards to this card, when you go ahead and get pre-approved, they're going to go ahead and ask you what's your annual income, as well as what are roughly your balances in regards to your bank accounts. So now I want to go ahead and get on their website, share a little bit more in regards to this card as well, but I will say this card is also another card that will go ahead and build your credit, that will also report to all 3 credit bureaus. But let's go ahead and jump right onto this card as well. So if we go ahead and look at the card for tomorrow, or the Tomo card, and I don't know if I like that name necessarily, but hey, it is a bit trendy. So with the Tomo card, another card that's got kind of a slick look to it. I mean, it's a clean finish, a clean look. But as far as the Tomo card goes, you can go ahead and get pre-approved right here just by clicking on the pre-approval. And as far as the fees on this card, this is another card, like I said, that requires no credit history. So there is no credit required to go ahead and get approved for this card. This card does not charge interest or fees, and then you can also earn up to 2% cash back on this card. Now this is another card that a lot of people are talking about, and this is a big Buzz card as well because it's buzzing. But in regards to the credit limit on this card, you can go ahead and get a credit limit and get pre-approved for a credit limit between $100 up to $10,000. As well as there's actually no interest rate on this card, and there's no fees, and there's no credit score. So it is a win-win situation when you go ahead and look at this card. The only thing that sucks is you do have to go ahead and get on the waiting list so you don't get this card right away. But the cash back is between 1 to 2%. I, in general, really do enjoy and like these type of cards because these cards are basically the future, and they only ask for bank account information, or they basically ask for your annual income. But that's the nice thing with these cards is they're not checking your credit. So if you've had bad payments, missed payments, whatever it may be in regards to your credit, you can still go ahead and get approved for this card. But guys, this is going to be the Tomo card, and this is going to be the third card on the list. But now let's go ahead and jump into the fourth card, which is going to be the Grain Digital credit card. Now this one has a little bit of a spin to it. Now in regards to this card, guys, this is going to be another card that is going to require no credit history, but this is actually not going to be a hard card or a card that you can actually keep in your wallet. This is going to be a digital card. Now here's the thing, the way Grain actually works, and I'll go ahead and share the website with you guys in a minute here, but the way this company works is that it's a great way to go ahead and build credit, but they actually give you a revolving credit line. What they look for as far as for approval on this card is they are going to go ahead and look at your bank statements, and they're going to go ahead and look at your income and expenses. So you do have to go ahead and link your income and expenses to this card, and basically based on that, they'll give you a revolving credit limit. But let's go ahead and jump on the website because I don't want to confuse you guys with this card, because this card works a little bit differently. But this is another futuristic card, guys, because the way they're actually going ahead and using this platform to go ahead and increase your credit. Now in regards to this card, the way it works is it's a digital credit card. Basically, you have to go ahead and link this card to your bank account. Once you go ahead and download their app, you do have to go ahead and connect this card to your primary checkings or savings account. Once you go ahead and connect it to your account, this card is going to go ahead and analyze the use of that account when you go ahead and use your debit card to make purchases or to go ahead and spend money on your debit card. And based on that, this card will go ahead and give you a revolving credit limit. Basically, they're going to go ahead and approve you for a credit line, and based on using that credit line, you do go ahead and build credit. So that's basically in general, guys, what this card is all about. Now this is another one of those cards that's just changing the game when it comes down to credit limit. But the nice thing with this card, and the nice thing basically with any of these cards, is that because you don't need a credit score, anybody can go ahead and get these cards. They all have different requirements, but they don't require credit history, and all four of these cards do go ahead and report to all three of the credit bureaus. But guys, this is basically the future of where the credit card game is going. There's many different ways to go ahead and build credit. I did a lot of research in regards to just finding the top cards that you can actually get on the wait list for, and the best cards that are out there that don't require any kind of credit history. Now I have multiple videos on my channel in regards to cards that you can get right now that are maybe secured cards that don't require a credit history, but with those cards the interest rates are a lot higher, and these are just going to be futuristic cards that are still coming out. But guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. And if you guys are interested in investing as well, I do have to say this because I'm huge into investing, is I do have a couple free stocks. If you're interested in setting up a portfolio, there are affiliate links, so they do help the channel out. But thank you guys. I'll see you guys at the next one.